Hello folks and welcome back to an episode of the Complete Liverpool Playthrough with me, Dr. Benji FM. Today then, a Champions League game and a Premier League game, Napoli and Brighton, two boys in blue, and it should be interesting. Of course, I've played Napoli quite a lot in my other save on the channel with Spal at the moment, but we've got to face them with Liverpool, and a task which is never easy. It's a Napoli side that are decent in my opinion, but a home tie for us in the group stages. I feel like that gives us a slightly better chance than if we weren't at home. Away ties Italy are never something I fancy, but at home ties at Anfield is something I can get behind. So then, let's see how we get on. I think just there we came third in Manager of the Month, so things have picked up for us just a tad. Of course, we've already played Napoli, and they were the team that gave us a defeat. It was 3-0, so an improvement on that would be very nice, please, if we could sort that out for us. We're going to go probably as full strength as possible. I feel like that's the logical choice here. We could have a little bit of rotation, and actually we're forced into some. Nangolan's not going to be available for this one. I'm going to play Wijnaldum. Gruit's not registered for this, so he's going to have to sit out instead of for Lallana. I'm going to go, I'm going to go as full strength as possible. With a game against Brighton coming up, you'd think that would be the game we can probably decide to rotate in. Of course, we've just played Arsenal last episode. That was a 0-0. So this side, with the one change, I'm hoping, if we switch these two around, actually, we'll be able to produce the goody two shoes. The goody two shoes? The goody two goals will do. Right, let's see how we get on. I'm excited, though. I think this is going to be a good game. Of course, a team that have beat us already gives us a chance to extract a little bit of revenge. And this will put us on 9 points in the group. Real Madrid, of course, the big contenders within the group with us and Napoli. So that's going to be interesting. Copenhagen not really at the races in this group, you would imagine. Mertens up top then. They've got Insigne and Callahan's there as well. Alan Hamsik, Jorginho, Koulibaly at the back, Kirichez. And of course, Pepe Reina returns to Anfield. Probably for the... I'm thinking about it. Like if this was real life, I don't think he's been back with any other side since be his first return. Now there is talk that he'll make a Premier League move back to sort of Manchester City. I think was the talk this week in the newspaper, in the gossip columns, and they're always reliable. So there's me and the manager doing a bit of a high five, having a bit of a chat. Of course, we know each other from the Spal series, so you know, just getting familiar once again. Right then, at Anfield, do you know what? I wish I know this is a bit of a moan that shouldn't be a moan because they've not got the licence in, but I do wish we had proper stadiums on FM. Wouldn't that be just the best? Oh, I just feel like I'd really like it. Anyway, De Bruyne free kick. We're only 2 minutes in here. Whips it in. Jorginho gets there first, and now forward to Insigne. Now, if we win this back, well, I mean, he's dribbling back. If we win it here, there's a good chance we'll score a goal. But a bit of Napoli possession might well cause us a problem. They've got wingers out there on either side that are very, very pacey. As have we, though. And speaking of our wingers, Keita's there. Plays it back inside to Wijnaldum, who finds Kevin De Bruyne. And we're looking for more from De Bruyne and Agüero. I think with the money we've spent on them, we're expecting really big things. And so far this season, I dare say we haven't quite got those. Lovely turn from Agüero. Finds Mane now, who goes all the way back to Van Dijk out there. Klein on that far side, chipped up by Van Dijk. I mean, lovely first touch by Klein. Agüero's there. How does he keep that in? Back to Mane. Oh, my word. I'm not quite sure how Sergio Agüero has kept the ball in play there, but he has done. He's pulled it back for Sadio Mane, who scored the goal. This is a lovely angle to see just how close it was to going out. My word, right on the line. Agüero just slides it back, and Mane with the finish. Reina can't keep it out, and it's 1-0. 3 minutes in, we scored an early goal in last episode, I believe, against Swansea in the Cup. We've done it again here today as De Bruyne is looking a little bit injury prone for me. Not good. He's picked up a knock. Well, hopefully he'll be able to see that out as Napoli rush the clearance, and it falls to Keita. Again, our wing-backs pushing on. We saw Klein on the other side. Pulls it back. Agüero's there. Reina with a good save, and behind it for a corner. 15 minutes gone. Damaged heel for Kevin De Bruyne. I mean, we've got players to bring on if needs be. Players like Lallana are there, amongst others. Firmino is another one that can slot into that role. But I really wanted to see more, as that is one of the worst passes you're ever likely to see in world football. So yeah, not ideal. We'll keep an eye on Kevin. He's on 69%. If he goes upwards, we'll keep him out there. If he comes down, yeah, he's gone back up again. So he should be okay, although that'll probably be our first change of the game when the time comes. We'll see how he's getting on at half-time. There's Nathaniel Klein, 20 minutes in, plays it back into De Bruyne, who drills it along the floor. Cleared, though, out to Matip. But we seem to have quite a nice grasp on this game. Nice controlled manner from us. We're playing standard fluid, but we're keeping the ball really nicely, it seems, as we give the ball away. Of course we do. Football Manager doing it to me all over again as Dries Mertens now drives forward with it. Shot on goal, and Joe Hart just about handles it with the help of Van Dijk, and it's cleared for a throw-in. 20 minutes on the clock. So far, 60% possession, looking pretty good. More shots so far. 2 clear-cut opportunities as well. And we're coming forward again. We are on key highlights here, but apparently there's lots of highlights to be had as Keita bursts past his defender, whips the ball into the middle, cleared by Kirichez. Keita does well to get it back under his spell, and now it's Kevin De Bruyne. It doesn't look like the injuries affected him too much as Agüero finds a little bit of space, and that, my friends, that goal right there is exactly why we signed Sergio Agüero. He's got a lethal finish when he's in one-on-ones, but it's that close control, almost Messi-esque, I think, with Agüero sometimes. The way he keeps the ball in these tight spaces, he gets it one touch out of his feet and gets the finish away nice and quickly. 2-0, and I've got to say, folks, looking very good. And you'd think now, after a 3-0 defeat away in Naples, this is probably going to be the reverse, and that'll put us on 9 points. With 2 games remaining, which means we'll still need to get a win against Copenhagen to be in with a chance of qualifying automatically. But we're given away a penalty kick, and Virgil van Dijk apparently has fouled his man. It's going to be Hamsik to step up. I mean, Hamsik, it reminds me almost now, almost a Gerrard-esque figure at Napoli. Seems like he's been there for a long time. As Hamsik steps up even, Joe Hart can't quite keep it out. Goes the right way, but Marek Hamsik, only his 2nd goal of the season for Napoli, so not having the greatest of years, but does convert. We don't need to see a penalty scored again. And, okay, Kevin De Bruyne now might start to struggle with this injury as the long throw comes in. Henderson gets a head on it. But, I mean, it's Napoli's turn to apply a bit of pressure. Shot comes in. Joe Hart's done that twice now, and Henderson doesn't take any chances. Knocks it out for a corner. Who's going to be on this one then? Insigne takes it, whips it into the area. Doesn't find a Napoli player, and Hart will come out and claim that one. Looks quite comfortable doing so. 3 minutes to go in this first half of the first game today. And, yeah, so far so good. 2 goals for us, 1 goal for them. A penalty as well, so it wasn't like they cut us open. It was just a bad bit of defending by Van Dijk, really. The question is, though, Kevin De Bruyne, his performance is also hindered by his condition, so I think it's going to be a half-time substitution for him. And the big question is, who are we going to bring on? We've got options there. Firmino, as I say, Lallana, or Emre Can can play further forward. But I think what we're going to do is give Adam Lallana a run. He's not played too much football for us this season. I just think this might be the sort of game, though, where he will flourish. If he gets enough space, we've seen De Bruyne quite a lot in this game sort of float around. I think him and Lallana are similar-esque players in that regard. They like to be on the ball, good with both feet, that sort of attacking midfielder. So we'll see if we get that sort of performance from Lallana in the second half. The big thing, of course, is to keep hold of the lead. We're 2-1 up. If we start to slip, which is an unfortunate phrase to use, but if we start to slip up, that's going to be a real issue. And it'll give Napoli a really good chance of qualifying automatically, and it'll push us. I mean, ideally, we want to finish top of the group. We want to go into the last 16 of the Champions League, top in the group, getting a team that finished second. But as I say that and hope for that, Napoli's throw-in is claimed by Joe Hart. Now, where's he going to put this? Ordinarily, you'd think would be quite good in wide areas. He plays it towards Agüero, though, which I must say seems like a stupid decision. And now, giving Napoli the ball isn't a wise choice, I don't think, because they run down a bit of a blind alley, though, and now it's Jordan Henderson to play it outside to Mane, who we've not really seen too much of. And this is why we want to see more of him. Sadio Mane takes on 1, takes on 2. Mane with the ball across. Agüero's there, and that is all about Sadio Mane. Great finish from Agüero. You've got to give him the credit in this Champions League game as well. He scored 2. But the run from Sadio Mane down that side, he took on 1, took on 2. That is why you keep him at the club. Agüero, quick turn from him as well. Finds a gap. Reina really should be doing better, but I don't really care. Great stuff from Mane, great goal from Agüero, and a 3-1 lead, and that, I was getting a little bit nervous, that should be that. Lallana now with a corner towards the back stick, it's cleared, and we should get on that, and the highlight's going to continue. Where on earth, then, is it going to go? Klein's going to trundle forward with it. 20 minutes left to go. A 4th would surely seal the deal, so that would probably encourage some changes as well to keep players fit for the upcoming league game against Brighton. Nice football from us. Lallana getting nicely involved. That's what I wanted to see. Klein now on this right-hand side. Ball whipped in. Agüero's there for the hat-trick. I'm pretty sure it is a hat-trick, is it not? It is. Mane got the first, of course. Sergio Agüero hat-trick then in the Champions League. That's what you want to see when you spend so much money on a striker such as Agüero. Of course, if you're new and you're thinking, how on earth have you got like De Bruyne and Agüero? City had a dreadful season, dropped out of Europe. We sold Coutinho for a lot of money. Of course, we sold Daniel Sturridge the year before, so we had room for these kind of players. And well, essentially, we made the signings. We had some money to spend after a decent league finish. Went out and got Agüero, went out and got De Bruyne. And you can see Agüero is repaying the fee paid. 1 assist for him and the 3 goals too. Him and Sadio Mane have torn apart Napoli here. And I did say we were going to make a change, and I really should have done that. When it comes to David Neves on the edge, plays it into Calderon, plays it back a little bit of a deflection, a bit fortunate. Henderson launches it clear. And, well, it's fallen here to Klein. Nathaniel Klein, of all people. He's one-on-one with the goalkeeper. Klein, well, saved by Pepe Reina. It was just shock, really, there, that he was that far forward with the ball at his feet. We're going to make a couple of changes. Agüero's going to come off, and Emre Can's also going to come on as well. A quick change for the final 12 minutes. We may as well no need to risk them any further. Climb, put the ball in, and it's going to be offside. Quick change, then that's probably going to see sort of the death of the game. You feel like whenever the changes are made in that sort of manner, you always find not much goes on. How wrong was I? Lallana plays in the free kick though, and Van Dijk's there. Well, he gave away the free kick, and he's redeemed himself with a 5th goal in this game. And we lost 3-0 not that long ago to Napoli. The fact now we've returned with a 5-1 win over them. I mean, it might not end like this, but that's what you want to see from your lads. You feel inspired by that sort of thing, you know what I mean? I feel happy about it. As the final piece of the half, Henderson puts it's put behind for another corner, but that I think will be that. And no, we're going to get to see another corner this time. Lallana's taking it. It does seem no, he's not. Never mind. There we are then. Lallana clapping, looking happy. A 5-1 victory. Lovely stuff. Very nice victory. Well done, boys. And it keeps us at the top as well. Real Madrid beat Copenhagen 2-0, but that's good for our goal difference too. You can see it keeps us very, very level with Real Madrid. Identical records, and of course we play them in the not too distant future too. Kevin De Bruyne is out with a damaged heel. We'll leave him to the physio and march forward towards our Premier League game. Now we have Brighton on the Saturday, so what we're going to do is we're going to rest all of the boys that have just played for 2 days. So, because obviously they've played a match midweek, they don't really need that much heavy training. We may as well give them the time off to recover and recuperate, and that should mean we can play a very similar side against Brighton in the league, and that's a game that. It's against Brighton. You might think, well, it's an easy game, Ben. These are the kind of games where I've been struggling. They're going to play a 4-4-2. Chris Hughton's got them well drilled. So it's going to be an interesting one. There's a press conference I'm not going to do. I've said this before and I'll say it again. If press conferences meant something, I'd do them far more often. But I don't feel as if they have really any impact on the games per se. So here we are. De Bruyne out. I think we give Lallana another chance. He's not played that much football this season. And I'm Lallana. It'll only be his 4th start in the game. You look at the rest of our team, blimey, we've got such a big squad now. When everyone's fit, you can just see how strong it is. I'm going to keep the same team. They've just won 5-1. We'll make that one change, bringing in Lallana. Of course, when he came on, we played really well, so no need to change too much. Fitness-wise, yeah, we could have done a lot of rotation there. But I want to have a bit of consistency about our lineup, and we'll see how they do. Great performance from Mane last time out as well. Really like to see that. He's the sort of player that when he doesn't do anything, he's just. You honestly forget he's even on the pitch. But then when he does do stuff, it always seems to be good. Very rarely do you see him having a bad game, for example. He always has sort of an anonymously bad game. Right, into the games we go then. Brighton it is at is it the Amex? Is that what it's called? The Amex? Yeah, the American Express Community Stadium. The Amex, I think it's better known as. Van Dijk with a free kick, he loves them. Oh my god, and that's why. Back on the south coast, and Virgil van Dijk with the goal. Wow, genius by Van Dijk. Liverpool have started superbly. Another early goal for us, by the way. Van Dijk, not known. Do you know what? I don't, is he known for his free kick taking? I know for a Celtic he scored 1 or 2. But I don't think I've ever seen him bang one in for Southampton. I guess with some of the free kick takers they've got there, you probably wouldn't need to. Players like Ward-Prowse, you've got Tadic, I think, takes them occasionally as well. You don't really need a player like Van Dijk, but never mind. Scores here, gives us a nice early lead, and we've got to start closing this gap on the top 4 as Adam with the corner. I wonder if that's Charlie Adam. Headed away by Henderson. It'll fall to Long and back out to Adam. Now he's gone right-footed, so I'm not sure it is Charlie Adam. It's gone over Joe Hart. They've hit the post. We've just about scrambled it away. Not good goal. Joe Hart has not been the signing I hoped he would be. I mean, we removed Mignolet. I think he went out on loan, didn't he? And Hart's come in, and we've not really seen like a top performance from him so far. He's made a couple of good saves here and there over the course of the season, but you want to see a bit more calmness. He seems to be quite eccentric in goal. He seems. There was criticism of Joe Hart actually once that he was a bit too hyped for games as Agüero nearly scores a magnificent goal there. Gets a little bit too pumped up, and I feel like that's been the case so far in his Liverpool career. He's a bit too excited to be a Liverpool player, which is, understandable, but annoying when you're his manager. You want someone who's calm and composed in goal. You think about the goalkeepers over the years that have given off that sort of aura. For me, it's like the epitome of, for me, was like Van der Sar. Van der Sar would just make United defences feel calm, I used to feel, and then when you play against him, you just thought, he's not stressed out here, he always looks in total control. I think for a time, actually, Petr Cech at Chelsea had a similar thing. There was never sort of a stress level. You go through Liverpool's keepers, Dudek, Mignolet, Reina towards the back of his career at Liverpool, all a little bit nervy as Brighton come forward, cleared by Van Dijk. Because my second monitor is about to turn off, so let me just fix that. But yeah, I don't feel like we've got that. Or, well, you know, I'm slagging him off, saying what's he done for us this season, and then he pulls off a magnificent save. Behind for a corner again. We're still standard fluid. There's an argument to say we should maybe change to the counter-attack. They're going to be pushing for the goal, especially at home. In front of their home fans, they're going to want to do something against Liverpool. So we're going to try and play into that a little bit and play on the counter-attack. Try not to give them too much of the ball. I mean, so far I've had a lot of possession. But it might give us a chance. With time ticking away, of course, a lot of these boys played midweek, so we'll make a few changes. Ronaldo can come off for Emre Can, and I'm going to bring on... We'll bring Firmino on for Lallana. I just want more out of Firmino. I think he's a really good player, played well for me last season. And we've not, so far this season, we've not really seen it. It's a corner kick to Brighton as it falls. Well, it hits the post again. Twice Brighton have got extraordinarily close to getting back into this game. 15 minutes of the half remaining. And it's one of those games where you'll look back at the end of the season, not remember, but be happy you took a 1-0. Another corner. It must be Charlie Adam. He's wearing 26 as well. Headed in. Hemed has scored it. Tomer Hemed. And part of me feels as if, with the amount of corners they've had, I don't know how many corners they've had. It feels like a lot, though. That has been coming. Rises very high. Back to Hemed. And it's just nodded in nice and calmly, nice and casually. Yeah, they've had 7 corners. I feel like we've seen a lot of them, though. I mean, there's not a lot of time left. We'll go slightly more direct. Again, this is one of those games. I literally talked about it at the beginning of this match. That Sadio Mane, when he's not involved at all, has the most absent performances. He's on a 6.8, which, you know, it's not dreadful. You know, he's not on like a 5.7. He's not having that sort of bad game. But he's absolutely anonymous. Of course, there'll be the debate. Should we have rested our side? Are they overtired from the game against Napoli? Should there have been a little bit more rotation? Should we have trusted some of the guys? But a team that have won 5-1, I don't know, watching at home, would you have made a switch there? I mean, in hindsight, you probably would have done. But a 1-1 away at Brighton. They're in a good year, Brighton, in 9th position. But you want to see more from us. Elsewhere, none of the big sides, apart from City, slipped up, and Chelsea and Spurs drew. So they shared the spoils, which leaves us 5 points behind the top 4. The goal difference for me, I'm on -2 goal difference. -2. Didn't we get absolutely hammered in this? I'm just remembering. I'm going to go back and check here before we leave. Did we get hammered at one point? 6-1 to West Ham. That would explain that. Even so, though, I mean, we've lost a 4-0 to Man City as well. Conceded 4 to Spurs. Yeah, Joe Hart, questionable. Next time, then, we'll have Sunderland and Copenhagen. And then, interestingly, 2 games against Manchester United back-to-back. That'll be interesting. Following that, Southampton, Liverpool 2.0, or Liverpool B, if you like. Sorry, Southampton fans, you won't like that. Apologies. But then we'll play Southampton and Real Madrid to see how our Champions League group stages. So some interesting episodes coming up on the horizon. If you're looking forward to them and you enjoyed this video, please do drop a like. If you want to see some more, subscribe to the channel, and we'll love with care. If we're going to spend next time, this is moving around a lot today. I'll see you again soon. Goodbye.